Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of Pac-Man World 2. Today we're going to be taking down Clyde in the Caldera. Alright, so last episode, I'm just kind of skipping right through the text here. I like my Pac-Man extra crispy. Well, not going to be eating no Pac-Man today, I can tell you that for certain, Clyde. Yeah, in case you guys watched last episode, you may have noticed the audio was a little bit scuffed. Lots of times I was cutting in and out. I went ahead and changed microphones here and then tweaked some settings a little bit, so hopefully we still don't have that problem. I'm already committing enough to this bit for Gamer Cheese, where I'm uploading the rest of Pac-Man World 2, that I do not want to go back and re-record that video with an updated headset here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just use this one, and then it sounded better in my little test screens here, but you know, the recording software I'm using, I don't know what this is. This is something that's just kind of built in with Microsoft here, or Windows 11. So if it sounds scuffed, oh well. I'll order a Blue Yeti mic or some shit. I don't care. I'll just do that. I have money now. I didn't years ago. I have money now. Speaking of years ago, last episode I made a comment that those episodes were recorded just after the Switch 1 came out. I was actually wrong. Those episodes came out about a month before the Switch 1 released. Really puts a lot of things in perspective around that time. I was actually almost a year out of graduating high school. I was probably still working at Safeway at that time. And don't get me wrong, I'm actually still in retail now, just not there. And I'm making a lot more than I was 7 years ago. Hopefully, you know, I would be making more. Also, this guy is an asshole. What the fuck is going on? I'm just gonna keep going for these little health drops here, so I don't just immediately die. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep blowing his fucking fire everywhere. Okay, and I can't get back. Alright, that's fucking bullshit. I can already tell, I'm gonna be raging a lot this video. So let me go ahead and go pick up the... Okay. Well, there's that, I guess. Let me try again. There we go. Get the guy. As long as I keep getting the guy every round, then I won't lose any guys. I won't lose any guys, so that's just going to be it. Also, I get a checkpoint every time I hit him twice, so I think that's going to be kind of the goal here, is to get that checkpoint. Okay. Almost pushed me right off the edge here. This one is actually much harder than the previous boss fights. I don't know if I struggled much on... I don't know how much I struggled on those other boss fights in the video here, but in the video series here. But I can tell you, I definitely would not have been able to beat this guy 7 years ago. I was just a child back then. Like I said, freshly, yeah, 2017. Is that really? No, that's 8 years ago. Yeah, that's 8 years ago, not 7. Which means, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and set something up here. I don't know if you guys can see this on your end, but I'm messing with the settings at the moment for the PS2 that I'm playing on right now. What the fuck? What is going... Alright, let's turn up the heat, Clyde. I don't want to lose all my lives. I don't want to sit here and have this be the reason why I'm not continuing this Let's Play. This boss fight is difficult. I'll just say that. It feels kind of bullshit. There's a lot you have to dodge, a lot you have to manage, and I genuinely don't know how they expected kids to fight this guy. But, I mean, as I said last episode, though, these games really, I feel like they made it in mind. They made the first few levels of these games in mind. all these old school, even if you go back like, I'd say GameCube is really the last time they did this, where it's just the first few levels are there, so as a kid you can be like, yeah, I beat it. Once you start getting to the later stages of the game, that's when you have to call, that's when you start having to call like mommy and daddy over to try and help you beat it. But if I handed my parents this, they would fucking throw the controller out the window, I'm not gonna lie. They'd probably beat me too. That's just straight up. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for the light. Oh shit, that was rather embarrassing. I ran right into that one, huh? Alright, gonna go ahead here. This is bullshit. That's a bullshit right there. They seem easy to dodge, but you don't understand. This shit it feels random at times when you get hit, and I just died again. Okay. I haven't even gotten this guy halfway down yet. Okay. Alright. Yeah, it just does not feel possible to dodge at times. There is a lot of... Like, I definitely know that there's a way to... Probably... Okay. Okay, thank God I made it back. There's probably a consistent way to dodge those. But I wouldn't know. I'm not a speedrunner. And I've never watched a speedrun of this game. I think if you're speedrunning games like this, you should probably get a better hobby. Oh, shit. My PS2 just opened up a weird menu there for a second. Let me go ahead. Yeah, there we go. Get that off the screen. Alright, let's go ahead. Okay, you get hit. This was one of my go-to games as a kid. It really was. I played a lot of this game. But again, it's one of those games, I think I've talked about this last episode too, that you just don't beat. You just can't beat it. It's just, you get to a certain point. Oh, hold on here. Speaking of not being able to beat it, let me go ahead and, there we go. Let's make sure. But, yeah, games like this, Super Monkey Ball, like, there's no way. Like, they look like they're for kids, and they really aren't. And after this point, after this boss fight here, this game is completely blind to me. Because I believe this, either this or the level before are the farthest I've ever gotten playing this game. I'm honestly surprised at this point they have not remade Pac-Man World 2. They did do a remake for Pac-Man World 1. I think I talked about that last episode a little bit, but okay, let me go ahead and save here. But yeah, I've seen a little bit of gameplay for Pac-Man World 1. I've never played the game. Okay. Well, let me just go ahead and... There we go. But I've seen a little bit of gameplay, and all I needed to see was kind of like a 2D segment, maybe. That's all I saw, and that's all I needed to know to not check that game out. I'm not like a 3D platformer purist, but I'm a other game series don't do 2D platforming particularly well as something like Mario or Sonic. 2D platforming, it needs to be a little more refined, whereas like 3D platforming, it can be janky and can be goofy and still be like fun. 2D platforming, if it's a janky and goofy 2D platformer, I just don't think you're having a good time playing that, if I'm being real. And there's no real examples I could give of that, I guess. Like, you could talk about a game like Bubsy or something, where it's like, it's almost kind of a perfect example where Bubsy is a goofy 2D platformer, but it's just mediocre. And then you get a bad So it's a bad 2D platformer, but it just feels just not great to play. But then you get to Bubsy 3D, that's just terrible. And it's like that 3D just adds a whole nother aspect to it. Sorry, one of my buddies just liked the porn image that I sent in the Discord chat. I'll go ahead and just pause real quick and respond to it. There we go. So now, yeah, but as I was saying, like 3D jank is, it can be funny. You can have a good time with 3D jank. 2D jank just does not feel good to play. That's my stance on it. Again, I don't actually know. Pac-Man World 1 might be a 3D platformer. I genuinely don't know, though. Pac-Man World 3, I didn't even know that was a game until recently. So, I have no idea what that game's about. I just know this one. Shit, I'm really getting my ass beat, huh? Maybe I should just stop talking and start gaming here, right? Oh, fuck. This might be the longest episode. I'm not gonna lie. Fucking hell. Okay. Okay, we just save state. There we go. Just go ahead and load that one back up. Let me just go ahead and load that one back up. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here for 4 or 5 episodes trying to beat this guy. I'm abusing my powers of my physical PS2 save state, so. Okay, and he went over there. That's cool. Now I just fucking lost it. Oh my god, not to go through another phase. Never mind, just gonna load the save state. Alright, so yeah, Gamer Cheese question of the day, guys. Who's your favorite Pac-Man ghost? Who is it? They all got their own little unique personalities. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Steve. So, I'm gonna go ahead and say probably whatever the sexy pink one is. That one's kind of damn decent. If I don't, she's like a bubblegum pink type of color, you know. Alright, so okay. Thank God I got this save. So you hit him once. One more time. Okay, this is it. This is fucking it. Here we go. Yeah! Holy shit. His eyes just fucking popped out. The golden pair! What's the fucking zoom? Alright. Well, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Next time, we go into uncharted territory with Scuba Dooba.